You know, it's a big weekend for the ANC 110th birthday celebrations, the January 8 statement. Some are saying it's a time for celebration. Some are saying it's time for reflection. So what is the views then of a regular author and political analyst, Rebone Tau, joining us? An opinion piece in the Daily Maverick, Rebone, morning to you, saying it's an attack on Parliament. The party should not be celebrating while the country is on fire. Take me through why you think that's the case.
Good morning, Gareth, and good morning to the viewers. I mean, we saw what happened. The Parliament was spinning. That is an attack on our democracy. A few days later, on Wednesday, we saw that the Constitutional Court was also vandalized. That is an attack on our Constitution. So that means things are not normal currently in the country in terms of security, and that's also based on the July riots that we saw last year when the former President Zuma was sent to prison, you know, and the country lost billions. And now, what is it that is being spread at this moment? It's a bit worrying, because what you need to understand about this January 8, it comes at the time when the ANC is preparing to go to its national conference at the end of the year in December. As we all know, this is the year of conference. Now, this is not an ordinary January 8. Already we saw in Skukuni, when the regional secretary, Dala, introduced the president, you know, he already endorsed, that region endorsed the president in that gathering this week. That President Ramaphosa, they are supporting him for second term. ANC Magashule this morning was supposed to be in Vembe in Ward 8, but that event was then cancelled through an instruction that was given by the regional secretary, Rosani, to the branch, because you must remember that ANC Magashule is suspended. So this is an event where along the sidelines of this January 8, there will be caucuses planning ahead for the conference where factions will be meeting at this gathering. And for me, I don't think that should be a priority. The priority should be the country at this present moment.
Let me just read part of that statement that was sent out as well from the Vembe region up in Limpopo province, Rebone. I have this sent to me. Item number 3, talking about ANC Magashule. Your activity is inconsistent with the prescripts of the Constitution of the ANC as adopted at the 54th National Conference. We know that part as well. And the National Executive Committee further resolved that the Secretary-General is not allowed to attend organizational activities or represent the ANC in any activities. They're being very, very hardlined on ANC Magashule at the moment. Here's my question to you. So you've painted a bleak picture of how the ANC is being run at the moment, its effects on the country, and then we have the president teeing off at a golf day today. Your take on that?
Well, they're saying that today there will be fundraising. I've seen the flyer in terms of how much is it to play golf with the president, with the deputy president, and some National Executive Committee member. But this is not a new thing. This always happens at the ANC gathering, because in the evening there will be a gala dinner. This is normally what happens in the January 8th. So this is nothing new that they will be doing.
The point, I suppose, could be the optics of this, though, knowing that the staff at the ANC haven't been paid and the other issues, the state capture report coming out as well. There is an optics that perhaps some would suggest the ANC are fairly blind to that. Yes, I know it seems to be every year. There's a golf day, there is a gala dinner, but it doesn't look good, especially of the hammering the ANC took this year. It does look like it's a day out full of fun for the ANC members, doesn't it?
I mean, that's why I'm totally against the events that are unfolding, building up also to the January. Because also, besides that, we know that, yes, the staff has not been paid, and for some time last year, there were months that they were going without funds. But the ANC is in a serious crisis. We know that they owe money to SARS, they owe money to UIF, the service providers who are also saying the ANC has not paid them. I don't think that the golf day will take away the financial problems of the ANC. And as you're saying, you know, that with the Zondo Commission, you know, some of the money, how some of these tenderpreneurs use that money to give the ANC money, and probably also in return of kickbacks, you know, of tenders and so forth.
Do you think the celebrations this weekend, Rebone? Sorry, I think I may have interrupted you as you stopped for a moment. Do you think the celebration is going to be somewhat muted as the ANC reads through the over 800 pages of the first part of the state capture report? It's got to make for some awkward reading for members of the ANC.
Well, if you've been following a bit, you know, I mean, the president has been speaking on the issue of those who will be held accountable. But if you, I mean, yes, I've not gone through the entire report, but if you look at some of the recommendations, we are not finding very prominent National Executive Committee members being whereby the police might have to go after them, or the Hawks might have to go after them. You find the likes of Dudumieni, the likes of Jimmy Mani. So, those are small fish at the end of the day. So I'm waiting to see the final report. We are going to see National Executive Committee members being implicated in that report.
What do you make of the tripartite alliance, SSCP and COSATU, and their views of the ANC, that relationship at the moment? No relationship is ever cast in stone. When things turn sour, we see people tending to leave. So what do you make of that alliance going into the new year?
I think this will be a very interesting a year for the alliance also itself. And I mean, COSATU personally and the SSCP, I feel that since the era of Zuma, with the current administration, I've not been seeing them that much, speaking on issues that really affect the poor, the working class. We know the issues of workers, how they were supposed to get a raise last year. They only managed to get 1,000 rand, but we're not seeing much in terms of the alliance being a very strong alliance. It has been weakened, and it continues to be weakened.
Let me leave this as a last question to you, Rebone, and the leadership of the ANC. Of course, we're talking about Cyril Ramaphosa in charge at the moment. Do you see a change at the top? Could this be the last year that the president of the ANC cuts the birthday cake?
No, definitely not. I mean, in December, in Limpopo especially, you had 3 regions which was Vembe, which was Skukuni and Polokwane. And it's clear that those 3 regions are supporting President Ramaphosa. You've had also some regions in KZN, some regions in also Eastern Cape that said during the course of December, definitely President Ramaphosa will come back, and I don't see him being contested at this conference. But the top 6 positions, the other top 5 positions, it will be very interesting because we're hearing that also Gwede Mantashe has got interest to become the next deputy president. We're hearing that also Lamola might also be the next national chair. We're hearing that Sten Mathabane might also be in the top 6. So it will be very interesting to see how the other 5 positions, who's going to occupy them. For the 5 positions, it is not clear. But for Ramaphosa, he's cruising to the next January 8.
If you may have seen Siphamandla Goge a little bit earlier, he's getting every chance to ask every ANC member if they're going to be running for any kind of position. And you're right about Ronald Lamola. Quite clear that, yes, he does have interest. Others are not too sure how they want to answer the questions. So Siphamandla Goge doing a good job getting those answers for us. Rebone, thank you as always. Such a pleasure to speak to you. Rebone Tau, author and political analyst. To look out for that opinion piece in the Daily Maverick. As simply as I just recap, an attack on Parliament is an attack on democracy, and an attack on the Constitutional Court is an attack on our Constitution. So why is the ANC celebrating while the country is burning? That's the view in this opinion piece.